Hello and welcome to the Inbetween podcast. I'm your usual host, Joe Scott. I'm joined here by Tony Tonzadarte. Tony, how's it going, buddy?
Hello. Very cold. I've opened the
Yeah, it's
window.
bloody
It's getting
cold. It
colder.
is bloody cold. As someone who
Oh, I was
is...
going to ask you. Okay, I shouldn't have waited till the podcast to start to ask you this, but
The
who
podcast has
cares?
started.
Exactly. On Friday, did it snow where you were?
No. Did it snow where you were?
Okay, it was raining at the night before, and then suddenly it turned to snow during the night, and it snowed until like just before lunchtime.
No, I was speaking to my friend yesterday, Andrew, and he said, I heard a rumour it was snowing in Cambridge, and I said, that's bullshit. It's just
Yeah,
been
it was.
raining the last
Yeah,
couple of
Andy,
days.
you're listening. It was snowing.
No, Andrew, not Andy.
Sorry.
Different Andy.
Different. As far as I'm concerned, it's the same guy. I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
I'm not convinced it's a different person. I know it's in the same room
One of
together.
them lives in Wales, so they're pretty far away.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, welcome to the podcast. Basically, we had Techtober, as I believe. I don't know who crowned the phrase. I always hear Marcus Brownlee. He always says Techtober. So,
Yeah.
Basically, there's been a ton of news, and now we have no news. I've got shrimp cam on. I got shrimp cam on today. Because I'm really fucking cold and I'm wearing a dressing gown. So I was like, you can have shrimp on the camera today because she's sleeping by my door right now. Anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, we're pretty much, there's going to be light news and then we'll go into the Steam Awards. The Steam Awards are up this year. We have a bunch of hoops to jump through to get the games we want to put on there, but I've done it. Tony's done it. If we can remember what we put down, because of course, as is tradition, Steam removes the Steam Awards page with your nominations on them as soon as the Steam sale ends. So, yeah.
I didn't even bother with the event this year. Like, I know you gave up a few years ago, but
No, I did. They don't really do events anymore.
No, but there's still like four or five things you could do to get like the badge or something.
I got the badge, but the badge was literally like, do the Steam Awards, write a review, and play one of the games that you nominated the Steam Award for.
I didn't even bother with that.
But I played the games I nominated, so
yeah,
I play them. That's why I nominated them, sort of thing. And I like to write it. Here's something I started doing every time I play a game. Because usually when you play a game, it goes, do you like this game? Yes or no? And I write a little short review for it. I just immediately write down my thoughts and I publish it as like friends only sort of thing. So I just write down what I think about games, and then that helps me when I'm looking back through them, what I think about them. Anyway, moving on to I think there's just one trailer, and it's the only trailer you need. They're adding bloody Hogger to Heroes of the Storm. If you don't know, Tony, Hogger's kind of a meme in World of Warcraft. So basically, in the human starting zone, there's a place called Elwyn Forest. And I think it's around level 10, right before you go to Westfall. There's this big quest where you go around killing gnolls, and then the big bad boss at the end is Hogger. And people fucking love Hogger. And it got to a point where he became such a big meme that I think he became like a boss in in a Cataclysm dungeon, and yeah, he's got to a point now where he's ascended to hero status in Heroes of the Storm. That's really the ultimate honor.
Does that mean he's dead though? I thought it was like Sovereign.
Well, the thing is, we've killed Hogger several times in WoW. So the thing, because you killed him in like Classic WoW, like he's an OG character, but then they remade the quest so he runs away at the last minute and then goes face me in the stockade sort of thing. So that they could have him as an end level boss in Cataclysm, right? He seems to be. I think he's like a tanky bruiser with CC sort of thing, by the looks of it.
Yeah,
he does it pretty cool. Usually, I would say the thing I love about Heroes of the Storm is that all the characters control exactly like they do in game, but Hogger doesn't really do anything. At least.
Oh, does he not in game?
Well, in Classic WoW, he's literally just a null unit. That's all he really is.
Right.
In the updated Cataclysm quest, I believe he like eats meat, and you have to stop him from doing that. But here, none of the things I'm seeing here is very hoggerish. Like, I don't remember him carrying around a chain and ball, but maybe that's a reference to the Stormwind Stockade sort of thing. And then he's got like this loot drop. He's not really particularly a loot hoarder sort of thing inside the game. So I think they've kind of, with the memes days of Hogger, I think they've taken the creative license for him with his Heroes of the Storm debut.
Right, because there's not much he did.
Yeah, he doesn't really have like he doesn't have like a core design play set. Like when you add Vala from Diablo, you know she's going to have Rain of Vengeance. You know she's going to have Hungering Arrow. You know she's going to have all the stuff that you've played on in Diablo 3, right? But Hogger, they could just... It's pretty much they're making a new character, but with a existing character that people love, sort of thing.
Yeah. So I was going to ask him, what does he do as a boss then? If he doesn't have a chain ball or ball and chain?
Let me look it up, because it's been a while since I've been to the Stockades with Hogger. Hogger... Stockades. Does it? Because like in Cataclysm, they didn't. Not a lot of bosses had mechanics yet. I think it was a Pandaria. They started to add lots of mechanics to like the low level bosses. That's around the expansion that they started really trying to teach players how to.
So it's just like a buffed up normal enemy before.
Yeah, so I'm looking at his abilities on WoW on normal mode. He just buffs himself and he does some AoE damage, but he doesn't he has an axe. He's just Hogger. He doesn't have this weird ball chain sort of thing. So yeah.
That's weird.
This stuff is all new retcon sort of thing, stuff they've added on sort of thing.
What about the spinning round in a whirlwind?
He's never done that. He's
Tasmanian
like
Devil.
Taz the Tasmanian Devil right now, and he's never freaking done that before.
Okay.
So, I don't really know what's going on with that.
I guess people like it though, because like it's not like a massive load of dislikes on this trailer. So.
Well, people love Hogger, and they're like, I was gonna say, Blizzard doesn't give a shit about Heroes of the Storm anymore, so why should the player base at this point? Because they've pretty much just been like, we'll keep it alive for now, but it's on like its last legs sort of thing. Because they were like, fuck, we missed out on making Dota, so now we're gonna make our own Dota. It's not that great. Okay. Well, it's not as popular. They missed the boat on that one.
There's two comments here. The top one is just Hogger's gonna hog, but which I don't know. Is that part of the meme? I don't know. But someone said like his abilities make him the Tasmanian Devil from Looney Tunes, and I love it.
That's completely new sort of thing. It was not in the game.
He doesn't like that, I guess.
No.
So he was like, "Oh, I've given up on. I had given up on Heroes of the Storm,
but now I'm back for Hogger.
Changes everything."
And I gotta let Shrimp's clawing at the door live on stream. I gotta go and let her out.
Should we teach her how to open doors?
Okay. I'm back.
You're back in.
Back in black, baby. Why you don't move your camera around when you're live, because then it gets fucked up and you can't fix it.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, BTTV is like a third-party thing, and I don't know. Anyway, we got a. Let's move on to quick news. because that was the only trailer really. So, Paradox CEO doesn't expect Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines 2 in the first half of 2021. I feel like I keep talking about Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines. I keep saying, "Oh, the writer's gone." Right before it's supposed to come out. Oh, they replaced this guy right before it's come out, sort of thing. Just seems like this game's doomed to fail at this point, sort of thing. So
yeah, they're playing. Are these their excuse is the pandemic, I guess. In this,
hmm.
I don't know.
That is fair.
Yeah,
That is fair, but it just
it
seems
is
like
fair,
it's
but
having some big story and development
yeah,
troubles right now, sort of thing.
I'm wondering if the pushback is actually because of the other issues, not the pandemic. But
It's going to be so hard to tell these days, sort of thing.
yeah, true.
Former Dragon Age director Mike Laidlaw, not Mark Laidlaw, the Half-Life writer, has announced a new studio. So, some OG BioWare devs,
yeah,
come in to make.
I'm hoping there's some. Yeah, I'm kind of excited for like BioWare devs to make their own stuff. Actually, like,
Yellow
I feel
is
like
well, you got to look out for Yellow Brick Games from Quebec City. That's pretty cool. Because we just had the Blizzard Exodus, where all of the Blizzard devs have now gone and made their own studios, and now we've got the they're getting the fuck out of Blizzard Activision, and now we have the BioWare devs getting the fuck out of EA hell.
Yeah,
so hopefully we can see some cool stuff coming out of that. And also we've got the Bulletstorm devs are now working on 2 AA projects on People Don't Fly. Yeah. AA, yeah, it's like the battery sort of thing. It's a AA battery situation. Yeah.
Okay.
They're gonna be Unreal Engine, developed by Epic Games. The Unreal Engine brings high fidelity experiences to PC, console, mobile, VR. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. I saw this post on Reddit. I thought it was pretty interesting, given how we speculate on the podcast. There was a post recently where Crytek showed how much they paid for Denuvo's implementation of anti-DRM into Crysis Remastered, and guess what, Tony? You have to buy a lump sum of 1 year, which is why they have a 1-year contract, and then after 1 year, they remove Denuvo from it, which is why I keep saying they keep removing Denuvo after 1 year.
I don't understand why you can't just pay for the year. Like, fine, like it costs that, but why does it have to be there for the whole year? Like, I get you've paid for the year, but doesn't mean you have to use it. It's like me like paying for like I don't think you can do this anymore, but like a year of Amazon Prime, like I have to watch everything. I have to watch every day of it.
I have to use Amazon. It's like the WoW subscription sort of thing where when you're not, if you buy like a 6-month sub to WoW and it's like, oh, I'm not playing WoW today, I feel like I'm wasting this subscription sort of thing. It ties into that a lot as well, I think. But yeah,
I just feel like you shouldn't fuck over customers just because you've got like something that fucks over customers for that long. It's like
the
really?
thing is, it's like it gets cracked in like the first 2 weeks, and then the next year consumers have to deal with always being online and then having worse performance.
I can't see them getting away with the contract that says you have to have it installed for a year either. Like otherwise, what we're gonna have legal action because how dare you?
No,
not use it for a year.
I think they just use it because they're like, well, this is going to stop future piracy sort of thing. So it's 140,000 euros for 12 months of protection. And then it's an extra 2,000 euros for every month after the initial 12 months.
Yeah.
And 60,000 extra fee for products that receive over 500,000 unique activations in 30 days.
All I'm going to say to this is I'm not letting the developers themselves off the hook for having it on for too long with this information. So.
Is that 40? What's the coin currency of euros? I don't actually know.
Cent, isn't it?
Is it cent?
I thought so.
I thought it was American. I don't know.
I think it's both in the euros and cents.
Okay, 40 cents per unique activation on the Wii Game platform. Do you know what that is? The Wii Game platform?
No.
Is that... Wait, that might be China. I think Wii Game might be China. Let me look it up. An upgrade from the previous 10-cent game. Okay, that makes sense. They want to cut the China money. That
1 euro cent is 100th of a euro, so the more you know.
Okay. But yeah. So it seems like they do the lump sum model, and this is why we're seeing, hey, Resident Evil 2 has de novo. A year later, it doesn't. Resident Evil 3 remake has de novo. A year later, it doesn't. It's like, it seems like they have to pay for a year of de novo support, so they just keep it anyway, sort of thing. That's what it seems like to me.
That's why I'm not them off the hook entirely. So even with this information.
So I was reading the Reddit thread about this, and people were pointing out how the original Crysis was probably one of the most pirated Steam games, one of the most pirated PC games of all time. So it makes sense that Crytek really wanted it not to be pirated this time, which is why they went for the heavy de novo implementation in the Crysis remaster. And people also pointed out like the financial instability that Crytek has been having recently. Like, they're not doing too well financially.
No,
it seems like.
Well, what did they put out? Like, no one really uses their engine.
Crysis Remastered. That's what they put out.
Yeah. So, but before that though, like it was Crysis 3, right?
Yeah.
Was there something in between? I might have something in between that no one cared about as well. But
they're a one-trick pony. This company. They got Crysis.
Yeah.
Anyway. I don't know if you heard about this. I thought it was kind of funny. Yuri Geller gives Nintendo permission to print Kadabra on Pokemon cards again. I don't know if you know this, but like 20 years ago, there was a huge lawsuit where Yuri Geller won a lawsuit against the Pokemon company for Kadabra being able to hold spoons. Because he owns the patent for spoons. Yeah.
Well, fuck off.
He's the illusionist, Yuri Geller. I don't remember because he's the guy. I remember him from TV. He's the guy who always bends spoons, right?
I remember the spoon guy. Yeah.
But he was able to get a patent. He was able to get like a copyright strong enough to say, "Hey, I'm the magical spoon bending guy. You can't have a magical spoon bending Pokemon."
Such bollocks. Like, why can't it just be like? Sure, to me, it's just like, oh, they're inspired by spoon bending. Not like, it's not like, it's like Kadabra is not critically like, he's not attacked. Like, he doesn't need the spoon to be Kadabra. That is infuriating. That's a dumb lawsuit. I can fuck off. I was going to say though, why I'm going to need this
specifically
related.
To do with the. It's specifically
to do with the Ekans into D&D monster.
Sorry.
What? How to turn Ekans into a D&D monster?
I don't know.
What's it? How is it related? Well, it is related, I guess. But...
Oh, you're looking at related articles. Okay.
Yeah.
But I think it was because they could put it into the games and stuff, but it was specifically blocking it from the Pokemon trading card game sort of thing.
Yeah. I don't understand. Have we won that one?
It appeared in the official card games first set, and then it returned in different forms such as Dark Kadabra of Team Rocket or Gym Leader Sabrina Kadabra.
Oh, okay. Sabrina's Kadabra. Okay, yeah. Interesting.
However, there was a bit from its appearance in Japanese name, Young Jura, that name read very close to Yuri Geller, and its trademark spoon calls to mind Geller's famous spoon bending.
Right, okay. It's a good quote here. It's like, due to tremendous volume of emails, I'm still begging me to allow Nintendo to bring back Kadabra.
Yeah, basically he banned it, and he's just been getting emailed every day saying, "Yo, dickhead, let's have Kadabra back on the trading cards. We get it, you like spoons." That's the reason that's just been allowed, was basically he was getting like spam emailed about this sort of thing. He's like, okay, fuck it, they can have the spoons back.
what a dumb thing to go to court for, though. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny though.
You deserve those spam emails. As far as I'm concerned, not that.
On one hand, I'm like, this is a terrible abuse of copyright law, and then on the other hand, I'm like, yeah, but it's happened to Nintendo.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of like poetic justice almost.
Yeah, but you don't want to reinforce the bad stuff. You actually don't
obviously,
want to do
obviously. Next up we have GeForce Now streaming has come to iOS Safari. If you're confused, you can now play GeForce Now streaming on your iPhone by streaming it through the Safari app on your iOS because of the stupid fucking limitations on Apple.
Didn't Xbox also like get an xCloud through Safari? Like it's like Nvidia was like, oh, we found a loophole, and Xbox was like, oh, you found a loophole, we'll do the same thing. That's so great.
Because the stupid Apple rules where they're like, oh, you have to put each individual game as an app on the App Store and add microtransactions to it, and it's like, well, obviously we can't do that, and it's like, well, can't allow it, mate.
Yeah, that's not allowed. Not like we could. I don't understand like Apple's problem. Like, surely, like if there's a problem, like it just goes to Microsoft instead of each game. Like, what's the actual issue?
The issue is that they have the Apple Arcade and they don't want competition on their closed platform.
Oh, right, monopoly, right?
They don't want people buying the Xbox Game Pass instead of the Apple Arcade.
Right, they're abusing their power.
Not that, and then they're getting confused with the fucking Nvidia GeForce Now, as every single developer was that it was a free service for people. It was a service.
Oh god, yeah.
That for people who already owned the games to then stream them onto the phone that they also own, sort of thing.
It's just installing a game onto a server across the world. It doesn't matter.
Anyway, wow, they saw the very popular Stadia, and they're like, man, you have to subscribe to a service, and then you have to buy the game on top of that service. That must be what GeForce Now's doing. It's like, no, Nvidia's not that fucking stupid.
No. Oh my god, is Stadia dead yet? That's my question.
No, there's like a Risk of Rain 2 Stadia exclusive map we talked about before.
Oh, fuck off.
I'm gonna say
anyone to get Stadia for that?
I don't know. There's no way. There's no way somebody's saying, guys, I need to play the exclusive Risk of Rain 2 map. I'm gonna get Stadia.
Yeah.
But it's like I hope. Oh, that's what I was thinking. The Immortal Phoenix game came out recently. I don't know if you remember, we talked about it on the podcast because it changed its name from Gods and Monsters or something, and we're like, oh, it's because it has issues with the Gods thing, and it's like, no, it has because of the Monsters thing with Monster Energy Drink. That came out, and that's like basically a Breath of the Wild clone. And I was watching, I think it's a Super Bunny Hop video on it. It looks pretty good, actually. It looks like a weird mix of Breath of the Wild and Ubisoft open world games, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey sort of thing. So it's like it looks like an interesting Breath of the Wild game you can play on PC. So that's why. But basically, he was saying in the video, like, I think people forgot this game exists because it was so closely. All of the advertising was on like the Stadia channel, and like, guys, you can play this game on Stadia, and it was like, and that means nobody knew anything about it because it was all on Stadia.
As James from Nice Texas would say, there's dozens of us.
There's dozens of us on Stadia. Dozens. That's a quote from Arrested Development. Tobias Fumke is a never nude, which means he always has a pair of cut-off shorts underneath his clothes. He can never be naked, even when he's in the shower. And he's like, we had a convention. There's dozens of us. Dozens of us. Anyway, Microsoft Flight Simulator VR, the VR version of Microsoft Flight Simulator, is going to launch as a free upgrade on December 23rd. So everyone who's got Microsoft Flight Simulator will be able to play the VR version for free as well. This will launch as part of the Sim Update 2. That's pretty cool.
Can anyone run it though?
The VR version of nobody can run Microsoft Flight Simulator without a 3090 at this point. It's the benchmark for every game now. Well, you can run
It's
it, but just not
insane.
a great
Great. Yeah.
You have to trade off resolution, fidelity, frames. It depends what's important to you.
Yeah. Or if you go for low frames, just don't move your head too quickly in VR. There you go.
Anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. I'm not really into Microsoft flight sims or something.
No.
I think it was cool that they were giving the VR upgrade for free. Oh, Tony, you'll be happy to hear this. Doom Eternal is officially coming out on the Nintendo Switch. It's coming out on the 8th of this month.
What's Doom on the Nintendo Switch as well?
Wolfenstein
Doom 2016.
2 was definitely, because Digital Foundry talks about how I think they use resolution scaling on the Switch version in every single video. They always talk about the Wolfenstein game on the Switch and how they got it working on that because everyone loves the Bethesda. Nobody loves, and everyone loves the id's engine.
Yeah,
it's so well optimized. The Doom engine, it's great. I don't know actually. Doom, but you remember the meme was that Doom Eternal came out on the same day as Animal Crossing, and everyone was making lots of memes.
Yeah, I do remember.
Isabella was going to go to GameStop and buy a copy of Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
I'll just Google it quickly.
It looks like it is.
But the really cool thing about this, is why I wrote it down as well, it's digital only. You have to buy it from the eShop. It's not getting a physical release. I thought I'd mention that as well. It has optional gyroscopic aiming. You can use waggle-tastic motion controls to play Doom Eternal on your Switch. Pretty cool, eh?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's a feature.
That's a feature. So I thought that was pretty cool. I watched the trailer, and I was watching the trailer, and I was looking at the Switch's resolution for a 2020 game, since it's the Switch is 720p handheld and then 1080p docked.
Yeah.
Or 900p actually. It's not real 1080p. I was looking at the resolution. I was like,
no,
even Twitter's shitty video resolution can't cover up the fact that I can see all these 720p textures in Doom Eternal to try and get it to run on the Switch.
Yeah. Why is YouTube so shit though? Does it just compress everything to just get to stream quicker?
Yeah, I don't know. It's been terrible for years. I mean, I could complain about Instagram still doesn't have a. I was happy the day that Twitter got a volume slider on its videos. Instagram still to this day. Yeah. I'm so upset because Facebook has amazing video and Instagram has no volume slider. You have a mute button and that's it. I think the mute button might even be newish, sort of thing.
This is how weird subsidiaries work in business, though. They don't really cross-talk that much. It's just they have certain things get filtered down, and that's it. But I was gonna say I think it was Grande that's saying his maybe it was someone else, but I suppose someone like Grande saying it's a pain in the ass to make a Twitter video. Yeah, I'm just why don't you just embed a YouTube video then?
Well, more people watch. On Twitter will click on a Twitter video and watch it than they will to click through to a YouTube video. It's it is a real thing. Through. Yeah, but people are way more likely to click on a native Twitter video than they are to click on a YouTube video. Okay. Yeah, it's real thing.
I just hate Twitter videos so much that I'm okay with clicking.
But as somebody was I'm gonna upload a clip I recorded on my computer onto Twitter to show my friends. It was you have to jump through. So it's it has to be 720p. It has to be 30 FPS. It has to be a certain amount of length and stuff. And I had to go through so many loops to try and get this video onto Twitter. I was like, fuck Twitter video, dude. It's so hard to get the video on there, and then it just fucking sucks.
Yeah. I think it was a Mojang developer showing off 1.17 teaser video, and it's okay, I'm just gonna post. He posted a video, and it's you know what? I'm just gonna post an image to actually show the difference because you can't see it in the video. It's
just
it sucks.
Just realized I haven't been playing the video the whole time. I've just been ranting about Twitter video. This is 1080p, but look at the texture quality. You can definitely say they had to lower the resolution quality a lot for the Switch. They've had to. This is the sort of thing where I'm I can't wait for the Digital Foundry video for Doom Eternal on the Switch, because that's going to be really interesting. Like, I'm expecting heavy resolution scaling. Maybe I don't. Do you think they go for a 30 FPS lock, or do you think they would go for a 60?
No. 60. I would hope 60.
Because I know Nintendo prefers the higher resolution over the
yeah, they do. Yeah,
frame rate sort of thing. Like they did it with Odyssey. Odyssey has like better visuals but lower frame rate sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway.
They always do that though. So
I don't know if you heard about this, but everyone's got PS5s and they're playing Dark Souls and they're playing, the new exclusives. And
yeah, that's true.
Xbox Series X, people are playing PS2 games on them. People have figured out that the Xbox Series S is probably like one of the best emulating boxes you can buy right now. Like the power per hardware of the Series S, you can do it on the X as well, but the Series S, like the price to performance for emulating games is insanely good value. Like,
how much is it again? The S, like
the Series S. Let me look up the UK price.
I think I've only ever seen like US pricing. I've never seen.
£250 it says on.
Oh, nice. Got in one.
So yeah, it's a pretty good deal if you can get your hands on them. I don't, because all tech is fucked right now for stock.
It's out of stock, by the way.
The PS5 is definitely out of stock, but I don't know how popular the Xbox is compared to the. I think the PS5 and like the graphics cards. Stock. It's a parchment launch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was watching a video on this, and basically, you know how people famously like, there's been like big videos blowing up where it's like, I hacked the PS. You get like the homebrew stuff where people hack the PS3 to run Linux, or I got the PS4 to run Linux or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Xbox security.
Or Switch Linux. Xbox Android.
Xbox security. What they did was they were basically like, hey, if people want to actually go into the nitty gritty of the system, we're just going to make developer mode, which you can switch to, which then lets you go and run universal window platform apps on the Xbox. So that's
cool.
So basically, you have to switch your Xbox from retail mode, which will let you play Xbox games, and then you switch to developer mode, which then when you switch to developer mode, you can't play your Xbox game until you switch back to the retail mode sort of thing to prevent like cheating in games and stuff. But I think it's only like
piracy, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's only like 5 minutes or something to switch between the two modes. I mean, it has an SSD now. So.
Well, it's powerful enough where switching should be pretty good.
If you want to use developer mode, you do have to buy a $20 one-time license fee. But as soon as you buy that, you can go into developer mode, and this is meant so people can develop games on the Series S and the Series X.
Yeah.
But the added side benefit is you can load emulators on consoles. They're specifically emulators designed to be run on consoles. I think I was looking into it. It was RetroArch is a big front end for emulators. Basically, it bundles lots of different smaller emulators into a front end package, so you can just switch between them, sort of thing. So then, like underneath RetroArch, you would go into it and use the UI, and then you would select the emulator. So you'd go like, for example, Dolphin, the Wii emulator. You would go onto that, or you would then go, oh, actually, I want to switch to Project 64. I want to play on the 64 emulator, or PSX or whatever.
Compile some of these emulators yourself, but for the Xbox Series S, basically.
Yeah. So the thing about RetroArch specifically is most emulators are designed to run on a PC, but with RetroArch, it's designed to run It's designed to be run anywhere. So it's designed to be run on computers or consoles. So this is why RetroArch is like the prime candidate for your Xbox Series S emulation console. Like, it's crazy good value right now, the Xbox Series S. If you specifically wanted to play, if you specifically wanted a cheap emulating piece of hardware, it would right now for the price, it would be harder to build an emulation PC than it would to be to buy an Xbox Series X and then just have it in your living room and emulate, PS2 games, Wii games, whatever.
Yeah,
so
insane.
I thought that was really interesting.
And it's small. And it's really small.
It's really small as well. I thought it was really interesting, like, the PS5, people are like, oh, it's got these crazy exclusives, but then people with the Xbox Series X are like, oh my god, it's like a crazy price per performance emulation machine. Like, they kind of got like completely different markets, sort of thing. It's pretty interesting. And now we're going to the shit news. Assassin's Creed is making a live action series coming to Netflix. And Minecraft Baby Yoda.
Another one.
Minecraft. I don't know. They're making a Star Wars Bedrock skin pack you can buy, and there's now Minecraft Baby Yoda from The Mandalorian. So there you go. Move on to quick news, and then we'll do main news, and then we'll do the Steam Awards. Discord is testing a brand new feature called Social Party Games on Discord. So the first game they're going to make, they posted about this on the Discord app Reddit. The first game they're going to make is called Poker Night No Limit Texas Hold'em. And basically, they're releasing this across a small random selection of servers as an experimental alpha experience. And basically what they noticed is what's been happening in my Discord friend group as well. They were like, during the pandemic, people aren't like badgering their friends to like lots of people are like badgering, oh, you got to download this game so we're going to play it together. Lots of people are coming together to play stuff like Among Us. Lots of people are coming together to play like Jackbox, streaming that to each other. They're playing way more like social games sort of thing together. So they were like, well, maybe if we made it a lot easier to play like very simple games in a Discord call together, this might be a very useful feature that people like.
Yeah.
Because we were messing around with like a Discord bot that did this in a really raw form where he would make like Uno cards out of ASCII and you could play Uno with your friends in Discord. And that was kind of fun, but it was a bit too bare bones of what you could do with the bot service in Discord. But adding this as like a potential feature would be really cool in my opinion. If you're in a Discord call and you just click a button and go, guys, do you want to play some poker? And you just sit around and you talk and you play a mini game. They said like,
if it could,
go on.
I was thinking if it could also display like say like people are playing in this group.
Yeah,
like, really
so
easy
I don't know if you're looking at I don't know if you're looking at the screenshot on the post, but they're showing like a gamepad next to people's names, showing that they're playing the game. So there's one person who's on webcam, so they've got a gamepad and the thing, and then there's one person who's not playing the game and they don't have the gamepad because they're not in the game. So it's an easy way to tell who's playing the social game and who's not playing the social game, sort of thing.
Right.
So that's pretty cool.
I wasn't paying attention to that.
But they basically said they're rolling out as an alpha to a bunch of random servers, so you probably won't be able to test this out at all unless you've been randomly selected. And they want feedback, and there's no promises this will officially launch or roll out or come out at all. So just know that this is a potential feature. I thought it was really cool. I think it's a really good idea. So I think, say to Discord, I really love this sort of thing given the times we're in and how me and my friends like to hang out on Discord. This would be really cool stuff to have.
Yeah.
So if they could add this, I would love that. Steam Workshop support for texture packs and map sharing is coming to Terraria soon. It turns out the Terraria devs they just never finished working on Terraria. They're just like, you know what? The last you remember when they did the end update, and they were like, okay, we're finished with Terraria, but then we're gonna add another the real end to the Terraria's development, and now we're adding workshop support to the texture packs and map sharing. It's like I feel like they just love polishing Terraria, and that's why I think Terraria is definitely up there for like one of the best supported games, sort of thing.
I was gonna say, I don't know. I've never had a project like this, but like I kind of see like that you had this big project you've worked on for like a long time, and like, right, I'm now gonna finally finish it. Like, okay, I'm done. You like look over it again, and go, you know what? I could add some more to it. Actually, I could keep going.
Yeah. But yeah, main news. So we just got a couple of main news. I don't know if you saw this. Rockstar is releasing the Red Dead Redemption Online experience from Red Dead Redemption 2 as a standalone game starting from December 1st. So it's out now. And for the whole month of December, it's going to cost £4, £4.50.
Wait, so is it still like you pay for it once and you're it forever? It's not like a subscription model.
Yeah, you pay for it once and you own just the online portion of Red Dead Redemption 2 for a cheap price, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I immediately look at this and I go, okay.
Microtransactions.
I've played GTA Online. I know how this works. And I know that there's gold bars because the GTA Online you buy shark cards microtransactions. I know they have the gold bars microtransactions in Red Dead Redemption Online. It's mostly positive now, it says. It was very poorly reviewed when I was looking earlier. Let me refresh, maybe. It's mostly positive now. That's interesting. But then I click on the review.
What was the issue before then?
So, basically what happened was they changed the way daily challenges worked. So you could earn less money in-game. So people are like, oh, they're changing this. So you have to buy the microtransactions sort of thing. But I don't know. Some things to point out about this is when you download Red Dead Redemption Online, it's a Call of Duty package. You're downloading the entirety of Red Dead Redemption 2, so you have to install the entire fucking thing, sort of thing. There's no like just separate download for Red Dead Redemption Online because they're like, well, if you play Red Dead Redemption Online, you'll realize how shallow the game is, and then you'll have to purchase Red Dead Redemption 2 to play the single player.
Yeah,
I'm in two minds about this because I've played GTA Online, and there's lots of stuff to like about GTA Online, but then there's also lots of stuff to dislike about GTA Online. So I'm really on the fence about this. This is the sort of thing that I would potentially play. But the problem is,
I saw an interesting review down. It's just like it just says like if you're looking for a GTA Online like alternative, like this isn't for you. Like if you just want like an online cowgirl simulator, then this is for you.
Right. Because the thing is, like, when they were doing updates for Red Dead Redemption Online inside GTA Online, like they only recently did like an update for Red Dead Redemption Online sort of thing. It seems like it was so funny to unlock stuff in Red Dead Redemption Online. There were these bunch of quests you had to do in GTA Online. It's like one of these is not like the other. It's like Red Dead Redemption Online feels like the ugly stepbrother to GTA Online because GTA Online just has the massive fucking player base because it's been out, what, 7 years now or something? GTA Online? It's crazy.
It's longer than that, isn't it? Or I don't know.
It's whenever GTA 5 came out.
Okay, maybe it is only
2013, so like 7 years now.
Right, yeah. It just feels longer though.
But they've tested the waters because they gave away GTA 5 for free on Epic, right? And I'm guessing they got positive feedback from people going in and buying shark cards in the online, and they're like, whoa, maybe we should do this Red Dead Redemption 2. So I'm on the fence about this one. My advice would be, if you're okay with a couple of friends just riding around in Red Dead Redemption Online in kind of an empty world sort of thing, but you're just like, it's an okay cowboy simulator where you can grind for years to try and buy stuff, then maybe this is for you. But if you're like, I want the same quality as the Red Dead Redemption 2 single player, this is not for you, sort of thing, is what I would say, probably.
Yeah.
Minecraft Bedrock has added universal bans across realms and featured servers. So this is quite a controversial change. It seems like instead of letting people moderate their own servers,
I was going to say,
go on.
You can opt out of it. You don't have to deal with it.
Right.
It's also integrated itself into Java as well. I don't know if you've seen that. So if you load up the Minecraft launcher now, all of your old versions of Minecraft that you have will say have a warning saying like, oh, this doesn't have parental permissions, basically, because you can't. It can't you can't use the global banning system.
So basically, it's going to be the Minecraft moderators are going to ban players who don't follow the community guidelines, trying to get rid of toxic players from official servers, and then most realms because they're trying to keep the family friendly sort of thing with Minecraft. Moderators can hand out permanent bans that extend to all versions of Minecraft except Minecraft Dungeons.
That makes sense.
But yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it that controversial though? Like, I feel like you can just ignore it if you like really need to. Like, I feel like it's okay for like to have more parental control as long as it doesn't like interfere with like.
Yeah, I just
more adult content.
I think people are reacting to this because they're like, Minecraft was this weird Java game from some Swedish guy, Voldemort, that you can't mention anymore.
Yeah.
That was very much just like, here's a game, do whatever the fuck you want with it. It's the Wild West, and now it's like they've integrated it into Microsoft accounts. Now Microsoft is like, oh, we're going to moderate all the servers. People feel like it was this big open Wild West thing, and now Microsoft's trying to close it and close it and close it and close it until eventually.
But I feel like they haven't closed it though.
Not yet. No. Not yet. But people fear that at some point they're going to go, we're stopping support for the Java edition. You can only play Bedrock now, and Bedrock has all these limited features.
But I feel like that's the moment that they're fucked, because that's the moment it'll get pirated.
Well, that's why people are worried when it comes to the point where it's going to be, they're closing down everything to the point where creativity is going to be stifled.
I can't really see it like that, because I know like they're probably getting like a lot of pressure because like they know like the majority of their player base are children, like a very big chunk of it anyway. I'm not sure what the percentages are. Like, I feel like they're going to be like, oh, you need to like protect like the community of children you have. I don't know. I don't see it them closing down. Like, I think it is really stupid that we have to like switch to a Microsoft account. Like, I don't really understand. Like, if all it is going to be migrating to a different server, why do I have to do anything about it? Oh, I know why. It's because you have different fucking privacy rules.
What if they changed it? So, well, you said a bad word of Minecraft. We're now going to ban you from using Games Pass. What if they did something like? What would you feel about that? Because technically, it's a Microsoft account, so they could do that sort of thing.
Yeah, but isn't that what you expect from like if you play on the Xbox and you say the N word on Halo? Are you expected to play online on Call of Duty? Like, would you not expect your entire live access being removed?
Well, it really. Or if you this is the conversation I think we need to have, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, what is it?
To me, it's just the same as it being on console or like even on Steam. Like, if you like, if you're hacked on Steam, that you remove that you can't like use online games, right?
VAC bans are weird, where sometimes you get banned from a game, and then sometimes you can get banned from your.
But you can get banned from the whole system, though.
Yes, I believe so, but it's varying.
But the people don't like that either, I guess.
VAC ban isn't like a big. Sometimes you can just be banned from a specific game, sort of thing.
Yeah. So but this is the same thing in Minecraft, though. You get banned from a specific game or globally banned, depending on what it is. I don't know who's moderating the actual global ban, though.
Minecraft stuff.
The appeal. Yeah, but the appeal system has to be pretty robust, because like that's what I'm most concerned with these like big bans. It's like there has to be an appeal system.
They said we are working on temporary bans for lesser offences, but that means that they might not exist yet, which is kind of interesting. One thing someone pointed out, they said, if you are banned, we will give you information on how to cancel your Realm subscription. So they're still going to charge you for your Realm subscription, even if you get banned and can't use it.
No, Nope. EU, can you get in and fix that, please? If you get banned, you don't have to pay subscription anymore.
Okay, next one. I talked about the rumor, and I said this is a very big rumor that I think this is fairly accurate. And of course, the GeForce RTX 3060 Ti is out now. Tony, go to the website and try and buy. Oh wait, parchment.
Wasn't that stock quicker than the other ones? Or something?
I saw on Twitter they were like, oh, the 3060 is launching in an hour, and I was like, oh, I'm going to click on the page when it launches. Yep, it's out of stock. It's out of stock. It's gone.
What's even crazy is that there are reports that it had more stock
Then
the
all,
3090, 3080, and
all of
37
the
combined.
30 series combined. Yeah, I read that as well.
That's crazy, and it's still out of stock. But the thing is, though, the reviews were crazy good for the 3060 Ti because like it's the best performance to cost like in a graphics card for a long time. It's like it's so. If you want ray tracing as well, it's so good.
So some things to point out about this card: it is £400.
Yeah.
8GB GDDR6, which is the same as the 2080 Super. It trades blows and beats the 2080 Super when it comes to ray tracing, as it has it has less RT cores, but they're second generation RT cores which are more powerful, and it has the less tensor cores but third generation tensor cores which are more powerful, so they don't need as many, sort of thing. But yeah, it seems like I've looked at some third party benchmarks, and it seems to be trading blows and beating the 2080 Super, which is crazy considering there's like a £300 difference between this card and a card that came out a year ago or something, the 2080 Super, maybe even less than that.
A year ago,
So yeah, from what I've seen from third party benchmarks, this is legit. The question you've got to ask yourself is the GeForce RTX 3060 Ti costs £400. Obviously, this is hypothetical, everything I'm saying, because you can't buy graphics cards, and you can't buy them for retail price. But if you could, hypothetically, in a world where you could buy graphics cards, do you think the performance of the GTX RTX 3060 Ti is worth not spending an extra $100 on a GeForce RTX 3070? That's the real question.
It depends what you want. I'm going to say that the price to performance is better on the 3060 Ti than the 3070.
The price to performance is better on the 3060 Ti, but given it's so given that the budget card is so close to the mid-range card in terms of price, I could see some wiggle room where in a hypothetical world where you could buy graphics cards, you might just go, well, why don't I get the 3070?
Absolutely.
Especially given the fact that if you notice...
But you could save... what if you could save £100 and buy it on a monitor, though?
But if you notice, the GeForce RTX 3060 is called the GeForce RTX 3060 Ti, and all the other ones are not Ti. So, does that mean GeForce RTX 3060 is going to come out even cheaper as the actual budget card?
Like 50 quid cheaper,
As the actual budget card sort of thing. Because that's what I'm really wondering.
Yeah. It's going to come out £350. Okay, I'm going to call it here. £350, I'm going to say. It's going to be slightly better price to performance, but you might as well upgrade to 3060 Ti. I think that's what's going to happen.
Well, with the
that's my
from the benchmarks I'm looking at, it seems like that extra £100 that's getting you an extra 10 frames on average at 1440p. So
100 is quite a lot that you can spend that on quite a few games. When I say quite a few, I mean like
obviously. I mean, I'm somebody who values money quite highly as well, but I'm just thinking like
for me, I would pay extra.
Yeah, obviously, because the 3060 historically is a budget card, but the last budget card was like the 1660 Super is like what, £200-300, and then this is a big bump up now.
It's still expensive,
and for most people playing on 1080p, I would say just buy a 1616 Super because you don't need to spend an extra £200 on a graphics card.
One thing I would say is that this doesn't entirely cover it, but there is inflation to consider. Again, it doesn't cover it, and it's still way more expensive than the old 960 or the 860, which were actual proper budget cards in the price bracket. But I don't know. We've got this trend of graphics cards and a lot of computer components. They've increased the level which consumers are willing to pay for them again. Kind of similar back to early 2000s stuff, which I've been kind of actually looking at recently. I don't know why. But it's not budget. It's not a budget card anymore. It's a mid-range card. It's the low end of Nvidia, but it's not a budget card in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Well, I think
like,
I think there's definitely going to be a 3060. That's my prediction. Sure. I mean, at this point, I don't think anyone is going to go against that sort of thing. Okay, that's the end of the news for this week. We're going to end out the show with the Steam Awards. And as is tradition, you cannot look at your nominations anymore once the sale is over to not confuse people in order to stop them from trying to vote on a award show that isn't out anymore. But then it's like, well, couldn't you just be like, you can't vote on this anymore because it's not available anymore, sort of thing?
Yeah, you know what's insane though?
What?
I'm pretty sure like when you get like next, I think it's next year, like you vote on the finals or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it tells you what you had.
Yeah, I looked at last year, and it says what you nominated, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
like, why can't you just leave the page?
I was doing the Steam Awards. I went through it all. I got my nominations in, and I completely forgot that Steam pranked us last year as well.
Yeah,
so I did not take a screenshot of it. So I've had to try and remember what it is, and this is from the best of my memory what I put. So we will start. I've reordered them because it starts with Game of the Year, and I put Game of the Year at the end as the big reveal.
Yeah.
So before we go through them, I will just tell you the hoops we go through because we will be doing the podcast Game of the Year after this year has finished, so I can talk about games that came out before 2020 that I've played this year. I'll talk about games that weren't on Steam. I'll talk about games I didn't play on Steam, and I will talk about games that don't fit into weird categories. Yeah. So that
I really don't know the categories.
So all of the game categories here but one had to come out on Steam in 2020 or after December 3rd, 2019, I think. So any game that launched out of early access in 2020, any game that launched on Steam in 2020 counts for this. So there's some ones on here where you could argue they're not really 2020 games, but...
Early access games are weird because I think their initial release, if they're still in early access, their initial release date counts.
Yes,
if they come out of early access, that also now counts.
You can vote for them, yeah. But anyway,
so you get 2 attempts if you're in early access.
Tony, do you want to send me your first game? Me and Tony have not looked at each other's lists as is tradition because we do not want to influence each other. But the first award we're going to be talking about is the Sit Back and Relax Award. So for me, I have... Where have I put this? Have I not? I haven't opened these tabs yet. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Golf with your friends. Down. I have.
Okay.
I have been playing. It came out of early access at the start of this year. I've talked about Golf with Your Friends before, but I can't think of a game that I played in 2020 that has been more relaxing than sitting down on Discord with some friends and just playing some golf. We've had so many new people playing games with us, and I've just been playing golf with them. I was like, this game, I love this game. It's so relaxing. Just when the sale's on, get this game and come play it with us. Like, because recently I helped Hello Andy's girlfriend build a PC, and this is a game we play together a lot, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's true. I was gonna say it's more like Crazy Golf as well, which I am a big fan of. So
the great thing about this game is it has crazy customization options, and it has workshop support, which is huge for a game like this because you can just go God. I've played all of the
97%. Sorry, it's got 97% recently reviews. Like its reviews was 97%. Holy shit!
I think it was just on sale, sort of thing. So
yeah.
But yeah, this game is great. Because I've played most of the maps now, but I can go and replay them in hockey mode, where you have to go and shoot the hockey puck into a net instead of a hole, with a goalkeeper moving around trying to stop you. You can put like that you can put power ups on, where you can turn people's balls into like cones and random shapes. You can put unit collision on and off, and then like Tony, you'll be pleased to hear this. I've played golf on the holodeck of the Enterprise now. So
oh my god!
There's a Golf with Your Friends map for the holodeck, and I've played on it. So.
Thank God for that. I was going to ask though. So you put this on relaxing game, not like better with friends. Like it's so relaxing to you. Like it beats
so
out
one of the
Better with
rules
Friends.
of the Steam Awards is you can only nominate one game for one category.
Yes.
So if you've nominated it for one, you can't nominate for another. But
Yes.
I felt that this game fit into this category better than it did the other category, sort of thing.
Okay.
Even though
That's what I was asking.
it would potentially fit into that category as well. So what did you have, Tony? I'm just going to check my messages. Sit back and relax, reward. Rising Hell. Explain this one to me, Tony.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I find When I was supposed to record, and we were supposed to do a Tangerine on this like months ago, like in October. I was supposed to talk about this, so I guess I'm going to talk about this now.
We've talked about this on Tangerine before because I
played it. But not after I played.
Yeah.
So when I was watching you, I thought I'm not sure about it being a platformer, right? Like how you jump about all the time. Like I think it should be more of just a hack and slash. When I started playing it though, I was like, no, I understand now. Like
you're
it
always
needs to be
climbing
a
tower.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like everything about it, like everything, all the combat is based around you jumping, like it and dodging stuff. It's like it's so good. And I don't know, I just go into like a rhythm, I guess. And like I just like kept going up and up and up. I failed Beelzebub and die, and I just go again. I need to play it more, to be honest. I haven't played it enough. But yeah, I don't know. It became a relaxing game to me, despite it being like quite a difficult game.
I think you said
weird.
I think you said to me I had this category empty before the podcast because you were trying to remember.
Yeah.
Because this game technically does not qualify for the Steam Awards because it came out in October 2019. Which means it came out before the thing. But
so I don't think I ever slept anything because of that.
Right. But
I
said, Tony, if the Steam Awards won't let us see what we nominated, we're just gonna some of them will nominate that don't technically fit into the Steam Awards sort of thing.
Yeah.
So
that's why I've got honourable mentions from other things as well because of that. But yeah.
Okay. So we'll move on to the Best Soundtrack Award. I have Ghost Runner.
Oh, okay.
Because you were saying to me, man, I remember that Ghost Runner gave a very good soundtrack. And I was sitting there thinking, has he fucking read my nominations?
No, I actually didn't.
Because I was like,
okay.
Yeah. What am I going to say about this game?
I was going to you finish yours. I've got a story.
Okay.
Oh.
I literally, there was the demo festival. I sat down and I played a bunch of demos. And literally, I sat down. I started playing this because I was going to do a test recording of it. So I was like, I'll just play it for a little bit to do the test recording. I ended up playing the entire thing, and I was like, shit. I was supposed to be recording it for like Tangerine or Spotlight or whatever. And then I was like, okay, I'll play it again and then record the footage. And the entire time I was just humming along to the soundtrack. I was like, this soundtrack is fucking great. And it's like, I didn't even have to think about what my soundtrack of the year was for me, because I already knew. After I played this, immediately I was like, I fucking love this soundtrack. I listened to the soundtrack on YouTube. That's how much I like it.
I guess the difference for me was like I kind of didn't have like the best quality of it because like, I was watching it through your stream.
Yeah.
So probably why I didn't remember it initially. Because, okay, so my story is this: like when I first looked at the Steam was like, what the hell? Like I think I asked Andy at one point. So like, do you know game has a good soundtrack this year?
Just to let people know, you also nominated Ghost Runner, right?
Yes, I also nominated
you also nominated Ghost Runner. Yeah.
I only nominated this recently though, like today. Like I only remembered about it today. So, but I asked Michael as well, or Scorn to Talk or Jeff, depending what you want to know him as.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I couldn't think of any games that came out this year that had like soundtrack, like being like it's like for like because last year there's quite a few like games with like good soundtracks, if I remember correctly. I can't remember any of them.
Let me think about a runner-up for this. I love the soundtrack to Fall Guys. I think Fall Guys would have been a runner-up for me here because I think it's Fall and Roll or something. Is what it's called. Yeah. I'm always humming the Fall Guys theme. I love it. So.
I like really upbeat songs actually. That is
this is the soundtrack to this. If you haven't heard it, it's very much that cyberpunky kind of aesthetic that I feel like people are definitely going to be. Sorry?
Don't one of the trailers have all the music in?
Yeah, I don't. There's a big issue with DMCA on Twitch at the moment, so I don't want to play any music just in case. But yeah, listen to the Ghost Runner soundtrack in your own time because it's great. So we'll move on to the next category, Outstanding Visual Style Award. I think I accidentally put the same link twice, so I'm just gonna have to search for it. But I have Raji, An Ancient Epic. This is my Outstanding Visual Style Award.
Down for this. Okay.
What did?
That was one of my, okay. Well, that's one of my runners up because I didn't have a character to put this in.
So for me, for the Steam Awards, I should have mentioned this before. I've only written down games I have played myself, and I have played the demo for Ghost Runner and Raji, and I love those games. So some of these things may shock you that I've written them down, but you have to remember I am in the patient gamer gang, where I buy games on sale when they came out 4 years ago. So for me to play a game in 2020 is not very common. But I'm not going to nominate a game I think might be good that I haven't played, because personally I don't agree with that sort of thing.
Yeah, whereas me, I watch a lot of content before I play games of a game.
I like to do a non-cited playthrough of the game.
Yeah, I don't really. I like to do it for story stuff, like for the story bit only, not the mechanics though. But I feel like I need to at least be able to explain the game very well, be able to put it into the awards. That's what I do anyway.
But anyway, I believe in the tangerine for Raji the entire time I was saying there's so much cool like Indian mythos and gods and stuff that I've never really been exposed to in the Western media sort of thing. And I thought the art style and like the way the camera pans out really far and you get to see these giant open, areas sort of thing. It's more like you're just there to the backdrop of this awe-inspiring like place. This game looks gorgeous. I just had
with no UI, no HUD either.
Yeah, it just looks like it just looked gorgeous without like it just seemed effortless. Like it was just a great visual style to a game. What do you have nominated then? If you sent me a link,
I voted Hades because oh my god, I've been watching a ton of Hades. I've owned the game since like early access, but never played it. I still have not played it, but I don't know. When I first saw Hades, like I think it came out early access last year, right? Or came into early access last year. I don't know why it wasn't.
So it was Supergiant Games, and the development was funded partly by Epic, which is why it was an Epic exclusive for a very long time.
Yes. Yeah. But when it came to Steam, like bought Hades and got their previous game I never really cared for. What was that called? Fairy or something? I don't know. No, it wasn't. It was called like Pi. I don't know. Something with a P. But it's like, I didn't really care about that. But then for some reason, I didn't look at Hades last year. Like, it had an art style last year, but I never looked at it. But for some reason this year, when it finally came out, I watched like tons of reviews on it. I was like, oh my god, I didn't realize it looked this good.
Yeah, I think it does. To me, it looks really cool as well. I'm a huge roguelike fan, so this has been on my radar forever. I really want to play this game. Like, some people are like putting it as like game of the year material sort of thing. So definitely.
I was gonna say this is almost my game of the year, but not. I don't know, not quite.
This is
but like it could have won.
You know how much I love roguelike games, so this is immediately up my alley sort of thing.
I think you would really like this, yeah.
I think if you were going to nominate a game for a category you hadn't played, the visual style award would be the one to go for.
It's one of the easier ones. Yeah.
I honestly couldn't think of anything else but Raji sort of thing. It just happened to be one I played.
I wanted to either put. To be fair, I could have put Hades as game of the year and Raji as this. To be honest. But I kind of didn't want to remove my game of the year, so...
Okay. Best Game You Suck At award, I have gone for Risk of Rain 2. I believe this might even be the second year I've nominated this as the Best Game You Suck At award, because I played a ton of Risk of Rain in 2020. It officially came out of early access in August of this year, and I have played tons of it in 2020 with friends, and I can say I love playing the game, and I still suck at it because I die all the time. So yeah, that's my nomination for best game you suck at.
Right, this is the nomination which is going to annoy you, I think.
Go on then, go on. What is it? Your nomination is Little Watch No Better. Control the lovely little witch no better, explore the unknown mystery castle, and gradually discover the truth. What is this?
I don't know what happened. I kind of just downloaded it. Had a demo. Right. I downloaded the demo as a meme. I then played it and went, holy shit, I actually want to play this game. I need to defeat this boss. He's a piece of shit. Like, the whole game, the whole demo is easy until the fucking boss. Then he just owns you.
Well, it's
it was so fun to dodge against him. And like, I just kept, I did like 10 attempts.
It's got the Souls-like
category. I failed. It's like, you know what? Yeah, it's a Souls game for sure.
If you're getting your ass kicked by a boss like 50 times, that fits right into the Souls category.
I love Souls bosses. I've never played a Souls-like game properly before. No. Not I've really played this properly before, but like I just like Souls-like bosses because like the idea of like having so many mechanics and like so many things you have to like dodge and like look out for, like, and like, this is kind of no different.
Well, I think
I was having a lot of fun.
The Souls-like genre is prime for the best game you suck at award, because that's the sort of game where you're gonna get, like Souls games, roguelike games. These are all like prime categories for. Yeah, I'm gonna get my ass kicked over and over again, but I love every second of it.
Yeah, they make it brutal, so like the amount of damage enemies do is ridiculous, and it's like, yeah, well, that's how you die.
Tony's nominated anime Dark Souls, and. I can't say it looks too bad. Actually, it does look kind of interesting. So maybe I'll look. Yeah,
the control. I have some criticism that the controls are a bit janky, but like it's fine. Like I can deal with it. Like for me, it's quite fun still, and it's not visually the most exciting, like in terms of environments. But I don't know. The end boss is actually quite visually interesting to me. So I don't think you even see it in the
Okay. Labour of Love Award. This is one that I don't remember what I wrote down. So I wrote down a list of games I would probably put down on this award based on what I was thinking. So I either put... I guess these are my nominations or my runners-up to what I actually put. Or maybe... So I put down Raft. Because the support for that game is insane. And I have played Raft this year as well with the new Chapter 2 update. And it's really cool. Like, Raft is an amazing game, so definitely check that one out. Great survival co-op game. I also put down Satisfactory, which released this year, coincidentally, because this is the one category where you don't have to nominate a game for 2020, but it officially came out on Steam in 2020.
It's still getting updates like I think this month, last month, and things. Like it's kind of crazy.
I talked about it earlier in the podcast. Terraria is a very strong contender for anyone's Labour of Love award. I feel like at this point, this game has received updates for the past 9 years and is still going strong. So yeah, definitely. And then another game that technically came out. Do you want to say something about Terraria?
No, I was going to say, technically, if Minecraft was on Steam, you could always use that as well. But
if Minecraft was on Steam, it would win my Game of the Year every year, Tony.
Okay.
And the last one, which also coincidentally came out of early access in 2020, Deep Rock Galactic, I have been playing this year. I love the new pipeline mission. It's really fun. I've played all the new mission types now. Deep Rock Galactic is still really fun. I have like 60 hours in the game. I still love it. And they've still adding great content to the game. So any of those games I mentioned there, they should win the Labour of Love award. Obviously, I don't like to nominate games I've already nominated, so I didn't put... Because I think I might have even nominated Deep Rock Galactic before, I don't remember. But I've definitely nominated Subnautica and Slay the Spire. Because obviously I would probably write down, still to this day, Slay the Spire and Subnautica still have the Labour of Love for their games, sort of thing. So
not GTA 5 then?
So this is your winner, Deep Rock Galactic.
Yeah, which I think I have nominated before as well. But I really like the updates they put out this year. Like, yeah. I've done Solaris twice before as well in these, but this year Slice hasn't done anything. Deep Rock Galactic, on the other hand, yeah, they've done like 3 updates that are quite big this year.
Yeah, right? They've done some really big updates to the game, which is really cool to see. I'm surprised this isn't your. I'm surprised this isn't your Better with Friends award, because
I want to talk about a different game though. So
yeah, that surprises me.
Okay.
Because this is the one like non-year restricted sort of award you can do. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Deep Rock Galactic.
The only game that didn't come out this year that I cheated on was Rising Hell. So.
And
all the rest came out 2020.
What was I going to say? There's games on Xbox Game Pass as well, which is another cool thing to say about it. But yeah. I believe, I don't know if they've changed it yet, but I heard that Xbox Game Pass players and Steam players, there's no cross-platform play at the moment. So if your friend has it on Steam and you got it in Game Pass, you can't play with him at the moment. So hopefully they add cross-platform for the Games Pass and Steam version. Sorry?
I'll say Deep Rock Galactic has 99% user reviews in recent reviews, 99%.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. People love this game and for good reason. Yeah. It's one of the great co-op games on Steam, I would say, like 4-player co-op games.
Christmas content.
Reminds me a little bit of sort of a Left 4 Dead 2 kind of game where it's very much about going through levels with friends while fighting things, but then you have the mining element just like slates it as its like own sort of game, whereas
I love the characters as well and what they say though. Like I'm not a big fan of like the Left 4 Dead characters, like they're not for me, but these guys, they're great.
Okay, we'll move on to Better with Friends award. I put Halo the Master Chief Collection. It came out in December 2019, so technically I can put, I think, Halo Reach. Yeah, I can say Halo Reach, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo ODST. These are all great co-op Halo games. Halo 4 and Halo 1 don't exist. But yeah, there's some good Halo games there. I've had so much fun playing the Master Chief Collection with my friends. I have 133.3 hours in the Master Chief Collection, and this is a game that was purchased for £30. And I've played, what is it, like 6 Halo games? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Halo games.
Not Halo 4 though. You're not.
I've played it.
Halo 4 and the
I've played Halo 4
games.
and it sucks, but it exists. I can't play Halo 5 on PC because you can't. But if you ever,
you don't want it. Don't worry.
If they ever added Halo 5 to the Master Chief Collection, I would play it just to see what it was like, and then probably not enjoy it. But yeah.
Yep.
If I was going to have to nominate a single game from the Master Chief Collection, it would be really tough, but it would be...
It'd be 3.
It would be between Halo Reach and Halo 3. Mostly because although Halo 2 is one of my favorite Halo games now, Halo 1 and Halo 2... Halo 1 and Halo 2 do not have 4-player co-op. And the Better with Friends award... It's got to be 4-player co-op for me at least, which you have in Halo Reach and Halo the Master Chief Collection. And I don't think I've had more fun with my friends. I would say Halo Reach. I would pick Halo Reach over 3, actually. I think that's the one we played. We played through the entire Lasso campaign together in Reach, which is why it just edges it ahead slightly, although I have massive nostalgia for Halo 3 because I played that on the original Xbox 360. That's the reason I got a 360 was to play Halo 3. So yeah, I'll have a look at your nomination now. Better with Friends award. You have put Hellcard demo / Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, so the Hellcard demo is a runner-up. It's not technically out yet. So it doesn't count. But I want to talk about it briefly because that was really fun. Like you played it by yourself, the demo. Then I downloaded the demo and we played it together.
Yeah, because
that's the
thing about Hellcard is it's a little bit
so fun.
Book of Demons mixed with Slay the Spire, but then it also has multiplayer co-op because you control multiple units, and then you can get your friends to control the units in multiplayer mode, which is really cool.
It's insane. It's like we in our past that we've played like 2v2 like Magic the Gathering, but like this was like way better. Like you running off each other's like, oh, you do this and I can then do this.
Yeah,
like, oh, if you set that guy to 1 health, I can do this.
When you're playing the single player version, you have to try and combo around the AI with what you do. But when you play the multiplayer version, it's like I can talk to you and be like, you should do this card, and then I'll combo it with this card, and combo it with that card. It was really freaking fun.
That's good fun, yeah.
And
but what I actually put down was Baldur's Gate 3. That's an early access technically still.
I just opened in the store page for Book of Demons Hellcard.
Yeah.
You can still download the demo if you want to play it. So yeah, definitely. This game's really fun. It definitely needs a bit more polish. We did a Tangerine video on it if you want to know more about it. It definitely needs a little tweaking and polishing, but there's a really fun game in there that had me and Tony playing for hours.
Well, it was like we just played for a little bit, and it's like, oh my god, we've been playing for...
we were playing for like an hour and a half or something on like one run, I think.
We just have a quick run.
Yeah. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 3, this is a 2020 game that you have nominated.
Yeah. So, I don't think I've ever nominated a Divinity Original Sin game into a Steam award, I don't think. I could be mistaken there, and if I have, I don't care because it still deserves it. I already love the people behind Divinity Original Sin, and this is basically Divinity Original Sin 3.
Right.
In a sense, but not. So basically, Baldur's Gate is a D&D based. I don't know if you know, it's like a D&D based. Like its lore is entirely at D&D based. Like it's not nothing else. Like that's all of it where it pulls from. And they've taken the mechanics from Divinity Original Sin 2, improved it, changed it to match D&D lore better, and it's better. And like it has like environmental effects. And this is a CRPG, like top-down CRPG.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's sort of like a CRPG sort of thing. Where is it? Is it turn-based?
Yeah, it's turn-based.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was now. I was watching a video earlier. I think.
But it says here they've made it in conjunction with Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons and Dragons sort of thing. So it's very much Dungeons and Dragons sort of lore sort of thing.
Yeah. The world is Dungeons and Dragons. It's all in keeping Dungeons and Dragons. It's a Dungeons and Dragons story. All of the characters and all of the races you can choose as Dungeons and Dragons. They haven't added anything extra. But the gameplay itself has definitely been influenced by Divinity Original Sin.
Yeah, I have seen a little bit of Divinity Original Sin, and I have seen the co-op in that game as well, and it does look pretty fun.
The co-op is even better in this because like there's even more combination effects that you can do. Like there's environmental effects in 1 and 2 Divinity Original Sin, but there's even more in this game, and like even more weird effects you can do, and it's just really cool. And
well, because I believe this game came out.
It's a game I really want to play with friends.
It's a game that came out into early access, and so many people bought it immediately. And they're like, "It's crazy the support we're getting for this, guys." But remember, it's in early access. We haven't finished this game yet, sort of thing.
Yeah, I'll be 8,000 reviews.
I'll be really interested to see how this game turns out over the years because of the early access thing.
They're basically releasing it. I don't know if you know like how they're doing it in early access, but they're basically releasing it episodically until it's released. Basically, so the first 25.
So early access is Act 1, and then Act 2 and Act 3 are a work in progress.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is 3 and not 4. I'll move 3 actually.
So that does look pretty interesting. Next, we have Outstanding Story-Rich Game Award.
Right.
And I have a story here. Because I was going to be like, I don't think there's really a crazy story-rich game I played in 2020 that I hadn't already nominated for a different award that I can't mention right now because we're not at it yet. So I tried to put Bordeaux as a meme. Because Bordeaux is that weird fucking game that I was like, this game is fucking terrible. No one should play Bordeaux. Where you had to like go up to shit and then you could smell it or stamp on it. And I was like, this is the Outstanding Story-Rich Game Award. Usually I try and nominate a Sonic racing game, but there hasn't been one this year. So
I swear you were going to do Outer Wilds or something.
Tony, I can't divulge information about other awards.
Okay. Fair enough.
You can only pick one game for one award. Steam wouldn't let me put Bordeaux.
So it's been chosen something else. Okay.
I tried to put the game of the year itself, but you can't have more than one game from each category. So I chose Sea of Thieves.
Okay. Spoilers. Okay, which is on Steam. Okay. I keep forgetting that, actually.
It came out on Steam in 2020, and I looked at all the games that I could vote from, and I thought, Sea of Thieves itself, like the actual just sailing around and stuff, it's not really an Outstanding Story-Rich Game Award. But the actual Tall Tales content they added is some of the most fun I've had in any narrative-driven content in years. I love the Tall Tales that they added to Sea of Thieves. So this is really... I know it's not like a story-rich game, like per se, but specifically the Tall Tales content of Sea of Thieves made it so I wanted to say, this is one of the best narrative experiences I've had in a long time that isn't voted for another award. So yeah.
I mean that... Okay, okay. Not in another... That's fair. Okay, right.
What about you?
I think it's pretty obvious which one I chose. Like, I knew what it was going to be, like, without...
You chose the Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Not the good one. You chose the other one.
No, the even better one.
Ah, okay. Outer Worlds, okay.
Oh my god, this is... To me, this is like a dream come true of, like, the cynicism of, like, the Fallout franchise, but with, like, better mechanics. Still not great gunplay, but with RPG mechanics that actually integrates with like the story and choices that actually matter.
That is something Bethesda got right with Fallout 4. It's a very good FPS game. It's just not a very good Fallout game.
I would say Outer Worlds is on par with Fallout 4 when it comes to the FPS. I'm still not going to say Fallout 4 is a great FPS game, personally. But I'm not a non-FPS player, so I guess I have different... I don't know. I think I just have different things, but I wasn't. I really liked the FPS in Fallout 4 was good, and to great, I guess. But I'd put it in the good category, and I'm going to put Outer Worlds in also the good category because there's some really cool things you can do in it. Although most of the stuff that's really cool is not FPS based and kind of like power based, I guess. But either way, it's really interesting. So and you do need to use a gun most of the time. So
yeah.
And it also proves you don't need like an open world to like tell a good RPG story. Like you can actually get away with having more detailed big areas.
Yeah.
That you go from area to area that's actually highly detailed instead of just a big open literal wasteland. And a content wasteland at the same time, Bethesda. And oh my god. I just find it's really interesting. Like you can actually role play like different, like it actually, much like old Fallout, like the Fallout 3 in New Vegas. Like you actually can like have decisions that are massively varied. Like it's really good.
Yeah, I'd be interested to play the Outer Wilds. I have heard some slight criticisms about it. It feels a bit. Some of the areas feel a bit closed off, and they didn't like you had to like move between planets to like explore the world. It wasn't like a one big thing.
But I honestly don't think there's a criticism personally. I don't think I feel like people are like anally obsessed about open worldness and like rate things down because it's not open world. I don't agree with that. I mean, I don't. Their opinions might also be valid as well, but personally, I don't have a problem with going between different levels. Like it kind of harkens back to older games for me. Maybe I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there are some levels that are like quite small and they could be a lot bigger. I think there's like a not a jungle. I don't know how you'd like some. Okay, some of the planet environments are so crazy I can't really describe them.
Right.
There's like an alien foresty area which could be bigger. I would have said because that was so cool. Yeah, I really like the concept of the story is so cool as well. Just like corporations taking over planets, and like you have to deal with like really scummy, capitalistic, completely gone wrong.
It's
story.
a very Obsidian style story.
Yes.
It's the future, but it's fucked, and corporations.
Yeah.
You want to move? Best VR game of the year? I have gone for Phasmophobia.
Oh, okay, interesting.
There is not a VR game I've played more in the world, I think, than Phasmophobia. So
okay.
I think I have.
I keep forgetting it's VR. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, it's PC with very good VR support, I would say.
Holy shit! Look all these reviews it has.
Yeah, it's incredibly It's been like the top-selling game on Steam for like the past 3 months or something. It's crazy
that is
popular.
Insane.
And it's another one of those games where some Twitch streamers or YouTubers played it and then it just blew the fuck up. It was meant to sell like 50 copies and then it was one guy working on it and now it's like this huge thing. But I have played crazy amounts of this game and I've mostly played it in VR. I've played this game more in VR than I have on the desktop version. So that's why I nominated it.
Oh, okay, right. Interesting.
I did realise I have actually played one other VR game in 2020. I didn't know this until I was looking at the award. I played the tutorial of The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. It came out like right at the start of 2020.
Is that a good game?
Well, I've only played the tutorial, but from what I've played, it's actually pretty fun. It's like a really good game from what I've played. It came out in January 2020. And
wait, is this it's this one.
It was in. I got the Humble VR bundle, which had some really interesting games in it, and I played the tutorial. And when you get like a knife or whatever, and you stab into zombies and stuff, it feels really good. Like it's responsive. The animations are really good. The feel of it's really good. Like for a game that's about zombie killing, they get zombie killing right, and that's what feels so great about the game.
Okay.
My only issue was I was trying to play it, but it only has smooth locomotion. There's no teleport support for The Walking Dead. So the problem is, if I want to go and play The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, I'm going to have to try and train my body not to get motion sick through smooth locomotion.
Right.
Now,
okay.
I know what some people might be saying, Jet, Valve made a VR game this year. They made a Half-Life game this year.
It's okay, because that's what I nominated. So
okay, well, let me say, why didn't you nominate this game? I have not played it. I have been stuck in lockdown all year. I've only recently got the VR setup, and I'm going to be getting this game for Christmas. So when we do the actual podcast games of the year, when the year's finished, then maybe I will talk about this game when I play through the entire thing in one standing.
Yeah. One standing. Is that the VR term?
That's the VR term for sitting.
Right.
Because
okay.
Like I'm playing Phasmophobia on VR, and they're just on the PC chatting they're on the PC chatting in the lobby, and I'm just like, guys, I'm standing around here waiting. They're like, oh yeah, you're literally stood there waiting for us. I'm like, yeah, I'm literally standing here waiting for you guys. Can we play the game?
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's good.
Great VR. You've nominated Half-Life Alyx.
I would like to explain why I did Alyx. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't own a VR headset. I've not played a VR game in like 2 years at this point.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I don't understand why we have these categories if like I literally can't really nominate a game I've played. So, but I feel like Half-Life Alyx deserves this because like I feel like it's like as a single player experience from what I have seen. I don't know how long the game is though, but from what I've seen, it's like a genuine.
I have not looked up anything.
A genuine Half-Life game.
I've not looked about anything about this game. I want to go in completely not knowing anything about it.
I think I might have seen more than you then.
Yeah, you probably have, because I'm literally Christmas Day. I'm playing Half-Life Alyx. That's what I'm doing on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
After eating lots of turkey, obviously.
I was honestly looking at buying an Index just so I can, like, okay, yeah, I want a VR headset as well, but I also wanted to play this game as like a first good VR game I would own, and that's still my plan. Like in the future when I eventually get a headset, this is like the first VR game I want to own. So
my brother,
I feel like for that reason alone, it deserves it.
My brother recently he got a Quest 1, the original Quest from his father-in-law, and he was saying like that was really cool. That was the first VR head. That was the first standalone because we had the Oculus Dev Kit too, and then we had the not the Index, the Vive, which I have set up right now in my room and I've been playing with. But it was so crazy because those things are very early technology, and you have a million wires and lighthouses everywhere, right? But now, like, he's seeing like the wireless VR, and he's like, "This is great." Like, it might be worth, Tony, if you really wanted to try VR, it might actually be worth getting a Quest 2 and signing in with a dummy Facebook account and just trying it plugged into the PC with the.
I don't want to spend that level of money just to try it though. Like, I kind of just want like a good experience.
It's instead of spending £1,000 on an Index, you're spending £300 on a similar-ish experience. Like, it's not that far away in terms of quality. It's 90 hertz, and it's high. It's using LCD panels, so it's high refresh and it's high pixel density, 4K resolution.
I think my current plan is to wait for the next. I don't know.
Valve's not making a new headset for a long time, so your choice. So if your choices are right now, are the Index, and then in between, they're basically. Unless you're on a console, there are three choices.
It's either Index or Quest. I'm going to be honest.
The GP Reverb, which is in between the Index and the Quest, and then there's the Oculus Quest 2. These are like pretty much the headset range that exists.
Yeah.
So those are your choices.
I know. I'm still kind of got my heart set on the Index. I can't reach a point in my life where I'd rather save up for like a really good tier thing and then just not have the other tiers.
I think once you've used a headset for a long time, then you will know what is important to you from a headset.
True.
The more I've used these big beefy setups, the more I want the more wireless experience sort of thing.
Yeah,
which is where which is why I try and recommend the Quest 2 to a lot of people because it's a very good way to get into VR.
Yeah, but I really want the fidelity. I'm really hoping that there's an Index 2 that has
Tony, you're talking about the fidelity. You can plug the Quest 2 into your PC.
Yeah.
So it has the exact same fidelity as the Index.
Well, without the hertz, but yeah.
Without the experimental 100 and is it, 120 hertz, but 90 hertz is still very good.
Yeah, I kind of want 120 hertz to be honest, though. I'm going to be honest.
As someone who plays VR and suffers from motion sickness, 90 hertz is perfect for VR and motion sickness.
I don't know. I'm still going to. I just want it. I would love to have an Index thing that could be mobile but also plug it in. Like, that would be perfect.
I would say if you're okay with dipping your toe in the waters, go the Oculus Quest 2. If you really want to commit and spend a fuck ton of money, get an Index.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna play the waiting game for the time being. I can't afford it. Like, I have to wait until next year anyway. So I've got.
You got to think about it like this: you're dropping $1,000. On something that you might not even use more than a few days a month or something.
Yeah, and also I've got other things to save up for as well. But
yeah, obviously,
other things that cost a lot of money, like an electric car.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. What year do we? Are petrol ones being banned? Is it 2050?
Properly it's 2030, but by 2025 things are going to start being weird. Right. Oh no, 2050 2030. Yeah, you're fine until 2030.
Okay.
2035, like you're definitely gone there.
Most innovative gameplay. I have Fall Guys. I love Fall Guys. It's such a surprise hit from this year. Although I'm going to claim that I said Fall Guys was going to be a good big thing because of our Devolver Digital video where you were like, what the fuck is a Fall Guy? And I'm like, actually, this game looks really interesting and could be pretty good.
Well, I've never seen it before. Like, I was just asking, what the hell is this?
What the fuck is a Sonic?
What the fuck is a Fall Guy?
But I was like, it puts like a really... It captures that like party game kind of atmosphere where I don't really care about losing, but it also is interesting enough to keep me playing.
In that Devolver Digital land, whatever it was called, experience.
Yeah.
I feel like...
Oh, you remember when I murdered all those Fall Guys?
The lobby. Yes. But the lobby didn't really sell it for me, but watching the trailer inside the lobby, like, that really, like, showed it to me. Like, the other games, like, the lobbies kind of sold the whole experience, but, like, the Fall Guys didn't really show what you did in the game in, like, the actual zone they had for Fall Guys.
The reason I put it on the most innovative gameplay this year is we've had so many fucking Battle Royale games come out this year. But to take the idea of that and go, hey, wouldn't it be really interesting if we had, like, Total Wipeout, but every time someone gets eliminated, they're gone and we just keep doing crazy Total Wipeout kind of game modes until there's only one person left. I think that's a brilliant idea, and nobody else came up with it. Nope. So that's why I put innovative gameplay.
Looks and sounds great as well.
I have almost 60 hours in Fall Guys. Like, I love this game. Yeah.
So, one of the games you played, Gary's mod. I'm not sure about that one.
I could see that if you play like Death Run or something.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess Fall Guys is kind of like Death Run in some ways. I don't know if you ever played Death Run game mode in Gary's mod. It was in Counter-Strike.
I haven't played much in Gary's mod, so
it's a good game.
Probably not.
Another great
it
labor of love game, I would say.
I don't rate it as highly as you or other people, but I agree it's a good game.
Have you sent me your nomination, Tony? I knew.
No, I forgot to press enter. I'm sorry.
Okay. I knew this year.
Yeah,
I knew this year I was definitely nominating Fall Guys for something because of how much I've played it and enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So you put Satisfactory.
Yeah, I was actually like, it's kind of a good thing you remind me of this because I was talking to Michael the other day and go, you know what? I feel like people look back at Satisfactory and say it's like better than Factorio, and like I'm already like really excited for the new stuff, and like they're actually like planning to make more like. Like it's like the higher end stuff where it's like this, like you produce pointless shit that you have nothing to do with. Like I'm really excited for what they're gonna do with like the byproducts that we don't do anything with yet. That's gonna be interesting. Because
instead of you can now put fluids into like containers and then use trucks to move them around.
Update, yeah.
Because they had the pipes update and now we have some other updates.
More importantly though, during that update they added a new block to do it, like a packager. They're removing tons of stuff from the refinery and putting it into the package. Or I can't remember what the block is called. I think it's like the packager or something. And it's like it's gonna like some like it's so much smaller than the refinery as well. Like it's insane, and it's got like pipes on top of each other for like the two things to come together, which is really cool. Which I think they should. I don't know if they know they want to keep it or not. But personally, they should definitely keep it. It makes it so much easier to see what the hell is going on.
Talking about games that I've almost got 60 hours in that came out on Steam this year. Satisfactory, 53.6 hours played in this game from me.
It's on Steam?
I love this game too.
Yeah.
So definitely wanted to nominate Satisfactory for an award this year.
I have it on Epic. What's really weird though is I don't own it on Steam. I have it on Epic.
Oh yeah, that's true. It was really cheap on Epic at one point, right?
Yeah, well I had the coupon as well. Like it was cheap and had the coupon.
Yeah, so. They have the great £10 off like, whatever game for the Epic sale.
Yeah, so it came out to be like only like £10 for me in total or something. It's free, insane.
Yeah.
Although I do kind of miss having it on Steam. I'm gonna be honest.
We've played this together briefly, and then you're like, you're getting too far ahead of me. I don't know what's happening.
It's not a game for friends for me. Like it's not a multiplayer game for me at all.
It's a game.
I don't know. Maybe like
it's a game. It's a game to play with your friends until you play with Vietnam Dave, and then he starts building like mega factories while everyone's asleep, and he's been playing it for like 24 hours, and he's tweaked out his mind on coffee or whatever, and you're just like, oh Jesus, have you been up all night?
Yeah, I think
it's a very addictive
game because we play Minecraft very similar times and things when we play co-op. So yeah.
I think we're almost at the. We got. Oh, Tony, this is the penult. It's not. That was the penultimate award. We now have.
Yes, it was.
The Game of the Year award, which may or may not be spoiled based on how.
Oh, wait, hang on! I just realised because you haven't said the Outer Wilds yet. It must be the Outer. Yes, it's the Outer Wilds.
The Outer Wilds came out on Steam in June of 2020. I know it came out right at the end of 2019. I think on Epic, but because the Steam Awards, it's when it came out on Steam. Definitely. So, if you haven't figured out yet, this is the game I would have put for Outstanding Story-Rich Game Award. It literally goes into that category so easy, but I could not think of another game I have played this year that I have loved as much as The Outer Wilds. I love this game so much. It's such a great experience that I would recommend to everyone. Do not look at anything about this game and then play The Outer Wilds. That is what I will say. I love this game so much. Could have gone into the soundtrack award. The soundtrack to this game is amazing. It's very simple, but it's very effective.
Okay, I think if we expanded,
there's a VR mod for Outer Wilds.
Right, the sound design, definitely.
No, like a core part of the game is like the way the Outer Wilds spacemen talk to each other as they play instruments, and you have to scan the universe together to find these instruments, and then, spoiler alert, at the end of the game you finally play all of the instruments together and it all comes together like perfect. It's so great. I'm
gonna say though, the way I normally look at like best soundtrack though, it's not like that. I don't rate the music that highly, but the way that the sound is used in the gameplay is incredibly interesting and very well done.
I love the Super Mario Galaxy planets. For me,
more of a sound design.
I'm someone who doesn't play like walking sim. I love the story of this game and how simple it. I love the exploration in this game.
But you do like walking around exploring, where I'm not a big fan.
I love it. That's nominated Sea of Thieves. That's another game where it was like exploration is here's a boat. Go and find out stuff to do. Go and figure out where you're supposed to go. Go and figure out what's out there in the world. And the Outer Wilds is a game about exploring space in a spaceship. It's fucking amazing. I can't think of a game I've enjoyed more this year. So it has to be Outer Wilds for me. It has to be. I've put so much time into this game, and I absolutely love it, and I cannot recommend it enough. I'm very passionate about the Outer Wilds. It is amazing.
Okay.
Let's see what you got, Tony.
I think
Horizon Zero Dawn
might be expected. Yeah, I've not been able to stop thinking about this game, and I feel like because of that, I can't not put it as Game of the Year. To be honest, I could have put it as there was a way this could have gone where like this was like the story game and Hades would have won, but then I was like, you know what? I feel like I've been thinking about this game not just this year, but like obviously it's only just come out this year on PC. Like it's been out for a lot longer, like since 2018. 2017 maybe?
Yeah, it came out on PS4 first, right?
I feel like ages ago. And I've played a little bit on PS4 actually, around with friends. Not much, like half a mission.
Right.
I'm not even completing it, but if you can even call it a mission, like it's kind of open worldy, so I don't know. Yeah,
it's an interesting one because of the game itself. I agree with you, is really good, but the actual Steam port of it has been bugged with so many performance issues, sort of thing. So it's soured it a little bit for me, but it does look like a great game.
Yeah, so the reason why, but yeah, I guess it's kind of the reason why I've been thinking about it for so long this year is because I've been waiting for the ports to be good. Finally, the ports are good. It's finally working again. We now have overwhelmingly positive and recent reviews on Steam.
Yeah,
and I've been keeping track of the updates like this entire time. Like, oh, is it good yet? Is it good yet? So I'm now waiting for a sale, any sale at this point. I'm hoping it goes on a Christmas sale Like even 10% off, I'm going to buy this for sure. Like I really want to play this properly now. Like I've been thinking, like I love the theme, the look of the game. I love like the characters in the game. Like I find them really interesting. I love the setting.
Yeah.
And the gameplay is really good, and it looks, even though it's like photorealistic, it's still like it has like a good art style still. I think of the way they've done the lighting and even the robots
definitely
themselves.
a reasonable pick, I think, for your
I couldn't not pick it at this point.
Those are our Steam Awards winners. We had to fit them in certain boxes. So we will have the annual podcast awards, and I will be talking about all of the games I played in 2020, as we usually don't play games
not just out in 2020.
And I will probably be talking about other games that came out in 2020 that I play after Christmas. I definitely will talk about Half-Life Alyx once I get that game. I've been looking at Ori and the Will of the Wisps as well. I might be getting that as well, because
I might give that a go play as well.
Ori and the Blind Forest, I talked about how it was. I wish I played it in 2015, because it was one of my games of 2015, but I played it in 2016, I believe. So, that's the end of the podcast. Make sure to come. So I think our next podcast, let me check my calendar. Our next podcast is on the 20th. That'll be the Christmas podcast, I guess. The 20th of December.
Yeah, because we're going to be, I guess not. I don't know. I don't know what your plans are, but I feel like I'm not going to really be available that easily for a bit.
Yeah, so we'll have to schedule it like it's close to Christmas, so we'll reschedule it, and I'll let people know.
It'll be the 20th. That's fine, because it isn't. So I don't know if people are not in England don't know, but we're coming out of lockdown for like 5 days. Like from the 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th.
Yeah, so you're allowed to, because we're in tier 2.
3. And
we're
3 households combining.
Because at the moment you're allowed to meet people outside in your garden if you're in tier 2, like I am in Cambridgeshire plus Peterborough.
Yeah, and 99% of the country's in tier 2 or something. So.
Yeah, unless you're in Cornwall right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Have you met anyone outside yet? Because I gotta tell you, it's fucking cold. I was sitting in my brother's garden the other day, and it is not warm these days.
It is not warm. No, I didn't even do it in summer though. So I just.
But for the Christmas,
I just haven't been people
for the Christmas exception, you're allowed to go inside now. So lots of people will be meeting up and enjoying Christmas together.
But we're probably gonna have to go back into super lockdown afterwards. But yeah, it's probably worth it.
The next podcast will maybe be near Christmas, and maybe we'll be talking about. I don't know if there's any news. We'll talk about it. Maybe we'll just. I don't know.
Yeah, what do we normally do? We put Christmas lights on and things. But I can't remember what we normally do now.
Yeah, I don't remember, because I think last year when we did it, we had like, it was the 4th year of anniversary of the podcast. There was the Christmas podcast. There was the Steam Awards, the Meme Awards. Wait, when did the Meme Awards start? We're doing the Meme Awards at the start of 2021, right? So we can get the last minute memes in from December.
Yeah, I think so. Because last time I think we did it earlier, like we got some ones you wanted to mention. So
I've been writing down like as many memes as I can. So hopefully I have the good ones saved.
There's been very few memes that I care about this year, so it shouldn't be too difficult.
Okay.
But I did quite like some of the ones we've had this year, actually.
Let's read the Peter Molydeux tweet and then we'll end. Imagine a game that needs at least one person to be playing it, otherwise the game/service dies. If I'd made this game and you later found out that a bot was created that kept the game going, would you feel cheated? What if I then told you that bot was the game's final boss? Sounds like an amazing game. Sounds like a Peter Molyneux experience, really.
Yeah, I felt like there'd be like tons of the media behind like the ending. It's like such a polarizing game. I'll be honest with you, though, like if the game, I'd first feel cheated that this whole experience is like a lie.
Yeah.
But then the lie becomes the boss, and you killed the lie. That'd be quite satisfying, I think.
Tony, as they say, as Peter Molyneux or people who make VR games that aren't games, it's not a game. It's an experience. It's an experience.
Yeah, it's an experience.
Check us out and everything in between podcast on YouTube if you want to watch the VODs, twitch.tv/Scorn if you want to watch live, and at Scorn2000 if you want to follow me on Twitter and see when we go live. Or when I post the VODs, if I remember. That's the end of the podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.